Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And man, I cannot believe it is the end of the year. It's the holidays. It's Christmas time and it's almost the end of the year. It's almost the first of the year. It's going to be 2024. And man, this year has just kind of flown by. It's been crazy. It's been like, I've had a lot of stuff going on and I've been doing a lot of different stuff. And it's been pretty cool. I got to release a bunch of videos of my music this year and get my songs out there, which was really cool. I've got to review a bunch of gear. I've got a bunch of cool new gear. And I wanted to do a kind of a end of the year video, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do it kind of just something cool. And I've had a lot of requests for this lately. Well, over the past several months, I've had a lot of requests for this. So what I'm going to do is show you guys my guitar collection as of 2023. I accumulated more guitars than I thought I was going to accumulate. I originally told my wife I was going to stop at 20 guitars, and I'm now up to 30 guitars. So God thankful that she loves me so much and lets me indulge in my passion in music, because 30 guitars is a lot of guitars. Now, me personally, I don't think you can ever own enough guitars. I love guitars. I'm a guitar junkie, and I just love them, and there's always a cool guitar out there to get. But I really spent the past several years trying to get the guitars that I really wanted, and guitars that I've been searching for a while, and I accomplished that. I picked up several guitars that I've always wanted and ones that I've been looking for many years, and I was able to find those guitars in a price range that was affordable to me. So I was pretty excited about that. So we're going to show you my guitar collection. We're going to show you all 30 guitars I got, and I wasn't sure what order I was going to do this in, but I'm going to try to keep it in order of brands, other than I have a few one-off guitars. And I think I'm going to do the one-off guitars first and then work through my electric guitars and then wrap it up with the bass guitars that I have. So let's get started, and let's show you a couple guitars that you guys don't see on the channel too often, but I do play them a lot and I do have them. So let's get into that, and we'll show you a few of the guitars that I have that you don't see too often on the channel, but I do love playing them. So let's get started. Alright guys, so the first guitar I'm going to show you guys is this Dean Acoustic Electric. Now, I've had this guitar probably 7 years now. 7 years. I bought this about 7 years ago, and it's a super nice kind of thin bodied acoustic electric. It sounds really good. I haven't played it a long time, so it's probably out of tune because it's been hanging up on my wall over here, but I do love it. And this is kind of my backup guitar to my newer acoustic guitar that I've been playing a lot. But this is a great guitar. I love the white and black. I don't know if you guys can see this cool inlay that it has, this pearl inlay that it has around it and stuff, with the black binding. It's got a black binding all the way around the headstock, all the way around the neck. And it's just a really, really good sounding guitar. It's got a nice thin neck. It's actually got a neck like an electric guitar on it, so it's very easy to play. And that's one of the things I loved about it, is that it had the super thin neck, very easy to play, and it just feels really good. And it's very easy to play when you're playing on stage, whether you have it on a strap, or I tend to, when I do acoustic stuff, I tend to play sitting down. But it just is a really nice sounding guitar, and it sounds good even when you're not having it plugged in. So it's a great guitar. I love it. And Dean doesn't even make these anymore. I don't even remember what this one is actually called. This is an X Ultra CWH is what it says inside. But they don't even make these anymore, and I wish they did, because it's a great guitar. This thing stays in tune really well too. The tuners on it's really awesome, and it's just a great feeling in playing acoustic electric. I love it. When I look for acoustic electrics, I look for ones that have like electric guitar necks on them, because I don't like those big fat necks on them. And just a great guitar, and I've always enjoyed playing it. I love the inlays that it has here, and it's just a fun guitar. It's a good guitar to play live. So I definitely love it, and I love doing acoustic stuff. And this was my main acoustic for a long time until I got the next one I'm going to show you guys. So let's grab that one. All right, everybody. The next one I got for you guys is this schecter. This is a freaking awesome schecter. This is the Blood Vampire. It's the Vampire Red. Vampire Red, I think is what it's called. But this schecter is awesome. It's got mother of pearl inlays all the way around it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It goes all the way around. It's got a black binding around it as well on the neck and on the body, and it's black binding on the back as well. It's a pretty thin acoustic electric, but it's a little bit thicker than the other one. And man, this thing plays and sounds awesome. It's got mother of pearl inlays there as well. They call this it's the Vampire, I believe is what it's called, if I remember correctly. They call it the Orleans stage model, but it's in the vampire red is what they call this color. It's like a black to red fade on it, and I love this guitar. I've seen this guitar for many years, and I really wanted to pick one up. Not many years, but for a few years, really wanted to pick one up. And this thing, same thing like the Dean. Nice thin neck on it, very playable. You can get really far down here on the neck as well, and it just feels good and it sounds amazing. And you've seen this in a couple of videos. I did a couple riffs of the months. I've played this guitar in it, so if you guys want to hear it, you can go look at my riff of the month stuff, and you can hear me actually play this guitar a little bit. And it's a great sounding thing. And I'm going to do some acoustic stuff. I'm going to do some acoustic recordings of my songs, and I'm going to do some like this is how I play it acoustically. And I'm going to jam out and do my songs acoustically and probably do it with this guitar. Probably switch back and forth so you can hear both of them. But this is a great guitar. I don't remember how much this one cost. I don't remember the price of this. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't super expensive. It was well worth the price. Now, you do have to buy a case, and I bought the Schecter case, which was another $200 on top of the price of this guitar. I actually picked this one up off of Reverb, because I couldn't find it anywhere else. So I got this one off of Reverb, and really good looking guitar. Hopefully you guys can see that, but it's a beautiful guitar. It plays real well, and I love playing acoustic electrics. I love playing acoustic. I write a lot of songs on the acoustic and then transfer them over to the electric guitar a lot of times, because if I don't feel like plugging in, I'll just pick up one of these and jam out. And they're just a lot of fun, and this guitar is just an amazing guitar. It's beautiful. Very well done, and you guys know that I'm a huge Schecter fan, so I love this. And I used to have a Schecter 12-string years ago, and I wish they still made that guitar. I wish I'd never sold it, because that thing was amazing. Sounded awesome. But 12 strings take a lot to tune, and there's a lot more work into it to play those, but they do sound cool, and that 12-string was awesome. I wish I still had that guitar. But I do love this Schecter. It's a great guitar, and let's move on to the next guitar. Alright guys, so the next guitar I want to show you is my one-off guitar. This is a one-off that I have. I don't have but one of these. But this is my Kramer Striker. And I love this, and I've done a few videos with this. I did a video on this guitar, and I've played it in a few of my videos and stuff. And this guitar is so much fun to play. It takes me back to the 80s. Takes me back to Eddie Van Halen. Because he used to play Kramers back in the day. His 5150 guitar was a Kramer, I do believe. And I just love these. Now, I had Kramers. When I first started playing, Kramers became my guitars. I owned like 3 Kramers, and I had 2 West Tone guitars that were like Kramers. They all had Floyd Roses on them and everything. But as I started progressing and playing, and I was playing Les Pauls a lot, I realized I didn't really care for the Floyd Roses. I didn't like having to deal with the locking nuts and the tuning all the time and everything. And as much as it was fun to have the whammy bar, it was just more work, and it took longer to set up my guitar every time I need to change strings. And I really just liked a good stop tail guitar. Now, I'd gotten rid of those guitars years ago, and I started playing Les Pauls a lot. But I'd always wanted to get a Kramer back, just because Kramer was basically the guitar I really started on. My brother had an old Fender Strat copy that I used to play when I first was learning, and I'm not a Strat guy. I'm not a Tele-Air Strat guy. Just not my style. Not that they're not good guitars, it just doesn't fit me. And then when I found Kramer, I just fell in love. And Kramer was my go-to guitar for so long for playing rock and metal. And I love Kramers. And then once I got away from them, I always wanted to get a Kramer, and I was like, I just don't want a Floyd Rose. And when they released these, I was so excited to get one again. And this thing is dusty. This one actually sits in my house, because I have a whole setup in my house that's where I play a lot. And this is one of the ones that I keep in the house because I play it a lot. And I love this guitar. And if you guys go check out the video, this guitar sounds good, plays good, looks really cool. That purple is awesome with that zebra pickup in the back is super awesome. And this is just a fun guitar. And these things aren't expensive. I think they're like $3.99. So it's not an expensive guitar, but it's well worth it. If you're looking for a good rock shred, rock metal guitar, and you're on a budget, I mean, this thing is the thing. Or you want to get what people consider like a super Strat type guitar. This is definitely the way to go, especially if you don't want the tremolo and stuff. This thing holds tune really good. It's a lot of fun to play. The neck feels good, has a great neck profile on it, and it's budget friendly. And I love this. This would fall into my badass budget friendly thing, which I'm actually going to create a category like that. It's called badass and budget friendly on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to start linking these guitars, the budget friendly stuff that's really, I think, is worth getting. And this is definitely one of them. This is the Kramer Striker. It's in the purple. It's got a nice flame top on it, and it's a beautiful guitar. And it gets played a lot. I mean, this is, like I said, this is on my rack. I have 5 guitars that I keep in the house. This is one of them, and I love just picking this thing up and rocking out. And I'm actually going to drop this down to like E flat or D for doing Van Halen stuff, and I'm going to leave it in that tuning. But right now it's in standard tuning right now. But that's the nice thing about these too, is it's very easy to do drop tunings on these without having to just, when you do drop tunings with Floyd, you have to change the springs and everything. With this, not a big deal. Really easy to do. And it's just a fun guitar. So I would definitely recommend, if you guys are looking for a cool guitar, this is one. This one's going to stay. This one will never leave. It's an awesome guitar. I love it. And it was well worth the price. And you guys can check out the video on this on my channel as well. So let's grab another one. All right, so the next one-off guitar I have is my Epiphone Signature Series Joan Jett. This thing is actually such a unique guitar. It's a really cool guitar. It's very lightweight. It's got a pretty thick neck. It's got a thick neck. It's kind of rounded up here, but then it's kind of flat on the back. So it's definitely got a thicker kind of neck on it and stuff, but it's still comfortable to play. It's very lightweight. And I'm glad that they put the pin on the back here for the guitar strap, which is better than what they put up there, so you don't get the neck dive and everything. It's a fun guitar to play. They got the knob has the grip on it, so you got the roll-off knob. And this is a very simple, you got a volume knob and you got a kill switch. That's Joan Jett. And the kill switch is really cool to have. It's got a single pickup, and this guitar actually sounds really, really good. So if you're into Joan Jett, this is definitely a great guitar to get. And I love Joan Jett. I mean, I think Joan Jett's awesome. It's got the signature on the back of the headstock as well. It's Olympic weight. The only thing I don't like about this guitar is I don't like where this plugs in at right here. And the reason why is because when you plug it in and then you run your strap around here to get it out of the way, your guitar cable will hit this and is in the way. So it kind of gets in your way when you're trying to use the kill switch. Sorry about that. But that's my only complaint, is that plug-in right there. I wish the plug-in was on the back here instead of there, because your cable does kind of get in the way there. I mean, it doesn't affect it, but it could possibly, if you're somebody that moves around a lot on a show, it could possibly flick it up, and that's the only drawback of this guitar. But I bought this guitar kind of just as a collectible. I don't really play it much. I did a couple videos on it, and that was about it, and it kind of just sits in my collection. It's actually going to end up going back in its case because it came with a signature case for it as well. And I'm just keeping it because I'm a Joan Jett fan, and I just it's kind of a collectible. It doesn't really get played though. But it's still a cool guitar. I like having it in a collection. It's more of a wall hanger for me than anything, and it doesn't even hang on the wall. It just sits over here in the guitar rack. Every now and then I get the urge to just play it when I want to do some Joan Jett stuff and rip it out and stuff. Tuners are really good on it. These were like $5.99 or $4.99. I can't remember. They weren't too bad. They're still available from when I looked, so you still find them. I don't know how long they're going to run them. They usually run Joan Jett signatures for a couple years and then they go away. So that's kind of I wanted to get it because I missed out on the other ones that she's done in the past, and I just wanted one, just to pay homage to her, because I do like Joan Jett, and I like the band, and it's kind of a cool guitar to have, just to be like, hey, check this out, But it doesn't really get played that much because it's just not really my style. And there's times where I think about selling it off just because I'm really not doing anything with it. And I'm not really somebody to buy something just to collect it when it comes to guitars. So I'm not sure if it's going to stay or not. It may. I'm probably going to hold on to it for a while. But I will say it does sound really good. And if you are into Joan Jett, it is a fun guitar. So, I will say that, the price isn't bad on it. So, if you guys can pick one up and you're into Joan Jett, I would say, yeah, grab it. But that's my Joan Jett. Nothing fancy, very simple, stripped down guitar. Okay, so my last one-off that I have is my Lzzy Hale Signature Epiphone Explorer. And let me tell you what, I love this guitar. This thing sounds great, plays great, is just awesome, and it looks amazing. This thing is badass. Badass. And it's so comfortable to play. The neck is so awesome. This thing is so much fun to play. It's so well balanced, and they did this right. When Lzzy Hale did this with Epiphone, They did this right. This guitar is awesome. I play this guitar a lot. I love it. I wasn't able to get this when they first came out. They came out, they were like $799.99, and they only made 3,000 of these, so they were a limited number of them. And I didn't have the money at the time to buy one. I always wanted to get one, and it took me years to find one because they sold out really fast, and then it took me years to find one that I could afford. It's nothing to see these for $1,500 to $2,000 on Reverb, especially if they're in as good a shape as this, because this thing was in brand new shape when I got it. Now, it didn't come with the case because it did have a case that came with it, and the one that I bought did not have the original case with it. I do have a nice Explorer case for this guitar, but it's not the original one that has the hailstorm symbol on it, which was kind of a bummer. But it took me forever to find one that came down to a price range that was actually affordable to me, because like I said, they were like $1,500, $2,000, and the $1,500 ones were pretty beat up, and then the ones that were like $2,000 were like in really, really good shape. So when this one popped up and I was able to get it, I paid more than I really wanted to pay for it, but considering the prices that I've been seeing them at for years, I got a pretty good deal on it. And these things, like I said, I see them showing up for $1,500, $2,000 all the time. You know, when they do pop up on Reverb, that's what they pop up. Not all the time, but when they do show up, they're $1,500, $2,000 is what people are asking for them. But this thing, man, the tuners on this are awesome. This thing is they did this right. You know, I love Explorers and stuff, and I always wanted, like, I had an Explorer before, an Epiphone Explorer years ago. I didn't like it that they put the dang guitar strap thing here, and that's what they did here. They put it on the back where it's supposed to be, because when you put it here, the guitar dives. When you put it on the back of the neck where it's supposed to be, the guitar sits really, really well, and it makes it very easy to play. But I have done a video on this, so you guys can check it out. I did do a review of this guitar. This guitar is awesome, and it's just badass. You can't go wrong with this guitar. And it's got white binding all the way around the neck, all the way around the body, and the gold hardware and the gold covers and the gold knobs just really set it off. And this thing, man, I can't say enough about this. This is a great guitar. So if you can find one of these in a reasonable price range, like I said, there was only a limited number. They only did 3,000 of these. But if you can find one of these, I would definitely snatch one up if it's in a reasonable price range, because they are worth it. I love this guitar. And I can't say enough about it. And this one does get played a lot. This one gets played a lot. So it's an awesome guitar. So we're going to get into the Les Pauls now and start with the Les Pauls, because I have a long history with Les Pauls. I'll show you the ones I got, and then we'll move on from there. So let's get the next guitar. All right, so the next guitar we got for you guys is an Epiphone Les Paul. This is actually from 2002. That's how old this guitar is. This is a very heavy Les Paul. This is the heaviest Les Paul I know. This is back when they were really beefy and chunky. But I will tell you what, this guitar I can't even talk. Sounds and plays amazing, and it's got that, you know, sunburst color, kind of that Ace Frehley color that was very made famous by him with his guitars. And I picked this one up. It has this is the older headstock on it. There's a lot of people that, like, they're so picky about the headstocks. I've never had a problem with any of the Epiphone headstocks and stuff, you know, and I've always liked Epiphone Les Pauls. I owned 2 Gibson Les Pauls years ago, and once I started playing Epiphones, I just could never justify the price for the Les Pauls, because I didn't see enough of a difference for me to justify that. And I ended up selling my Les Pauls off years ago. And then when I started getting more Les Pauls back, I just started buying Epiphones. This one has nice white binding down the neck and around the body. It's got the nice red on the back. And this thing, I haven't ever done anything to this. I lowered the action on it, and the tuners have held really great. This guitar sounds really good. This guitar has a really nice, deep, warm sound to it. The neck profile on this is really awesome. This has just been a great guitar that I've had for a very long time. I actually picked this one up at Sam Ash years ago, and it's been a great guitar. There's been times where I've thought about getting rid of it because I have so many guitars, but every time I think about it, I just decide not to, because this one just, for recording and stuff, this thing has such a great sound. If you want that nice, you know, deep sound that some Les Pauls can have, this guitar really does have it. And it's been a great guitar, and I really do enjoy playing it. And it's it's a solid workhorse guitar. It's a guitar that if you're gigging with, you're not going to get upset if it gets a little beat up and banged up. And it's been a great guitar. So it just kind of stays. And you know, I love the wood grain on this. It has a really nice grain on it, if you guys can see that. It's just a beautiful guitar, and it's been a great player. Now, like I said, this thing is heavy as can be, and so I don't play it a whole lot. Standing up, that is, because it's too much on my back with my back being messed up. But it's still a great guitar, and in the studio when I'm playing and stuff, sometimes this is the sound that I want, and it's just a great guitar, and I've really enjoyed it. And so it's been around a while, and it's still going strong, and it's still in really great shape. And I like I said, I haven't had to do anything to it. So that's my Epiphone Les Paul. This is a Les Paul Standard. Just if you guys are wondering. So, and what's nice about this one, this is the one that actually says Les Paul on the headstock and stuff. So, you know, they changed that. Sometimes they quit doing that, but this actually does have the Les Paul on the headstock and stuff, which is really nice. So, really great guitar, and it's been just a great one to have, and I still enjoy playing it when I do play it. So that's the first Epiphone Les Paul, and it's in that Heritage Cherry Burst, which is really nice. You know, and like I said, it's a standard. So you guys can find these, man. These are great guitars. You can find them on Reverb, you know, these older Les Pauls like this, and they're definitely worth having. They're well worth having, and I'll always have some Les Pauls around because they became a mainstay for me. This became my main axe, playing Les Pauls for many years, because I love them, and I always go back to them. So, and even with my newer guitars, you know, and stuff that I'll show you, I still like that single cut design, you know, and there's just something about a Les Paul, and anybody that's a guitar player usually loves a good Les Paul. So there you guys go. That's the first one of 5. So let's get the next one. All right, guys. So the next one I got for you is another Heritage Cherry Burst with a flame top on it, but this is actually an Epiphone Les Paul Standard Pro. So this is an upgrade from the standard I just showed you guys. This one actually has the split coils on it, so you can split the coils right there and there. 2 volumes, 2 tones, and that's why it's called the Pro, because it comes with the split coils. That's the difference in it. This one also has some weight relief in it, so it's not near as heavy. This one's so much lighter than that other one I just showed you. Excuse me for coughing. I've been getting over a cold. But that top on it is awesome, because that one's more of a plain top, and this is a nice gloss top. And this is a really great guitar to play too. I mean, it plays really good. It's got a really nice thin neck on it. I think this is the 60s neck that's on this one. This guitar was made from this one came out in 2012 is when they started making these. I'm not sure what year this one actually is, but they started making these in 2012. And this one I actually picked up from a drummer. I was playing in this band, and ironically, when I bought that other guitar, I just bought that guitar and walked out of Sam Ash, and the drummer that I'd been jamming with in this band, he was coming in to trade this guitar, and I was like, oh man, I like that. I wish I'd known you were going to sell it, because I would have just bought this one, but I just bought this other one. And so he was nice enough to say, well, here, take it and just make payments on it. And so that's how I got this one. And I paid him $100 a month until I could pay it off. He gave me a really good deal on it. Came with a case. He's got the locking straps on this one as well. And this one is a really nice guitar. Very done. It's got a ding right there that was on it. This one's a little more beat up than that other one, but it's still a great playing guitar. Sounds really good. The split coils are really nice to have. Like I said, that's why it's called the Pro version, the Standard Pro. It's the standard. It's a Standard Pro. And it's still a really nice guitar. And it's another great one for gigging and playing. If you want that Les Paul sound and yet you get a few more bells and whistles with it, it's a really great guitar. It's got white binding all the way around the neck and in the body and the neck, and holds tune really well, plays really well, and it's just a good Les Paul. And it's done really well. The tuners are really good on this. Holds tune really well, and it's a lot of fun to play, man. I love playing a good Les Paul, so that's why it's still in my collection. It doesn't get played as much as I play other guitars these days, but it still does get played. I love these cherry bursts or heritage cherry bursts, whatever you want to call them. And just it's a great guitar, and I just love having some Les Pauls around. So can't complain about it. It's been a great guitar for me. It's still in the collection as of now. Either one of these could go. I don't know. I just, like I said, I hem haw about it because I think about it and then I'm like, oh, but then I like every now and then you just want to pick this guitar up and play it. So it's still here. So it's going to stick around for a while, and I'm probably just going to hold on to it. It's just a great guitar. So there you go. It's another nice Epiphone Les Paul, and really just great guitar. I love it. So can't complain. Alright, so the next one I got for you is the one that has caused more controversy on my channel than any other guitar I think I've ever reviewed. And that is the Epiphone / Signature Series Les Paul, which came out a couple years ago. This is the Appetite Burst one. This has the burst buckers in it. It doesn't have Slash's signature Seymour Duncans in it, which was a huge issue about this guitar. When these guitars first came out, they were $8.99. They've gone up to $9.99, but you can find them currently on Sweetwater for $7.99. They've been running a sale till I guess the end of the year. So if you're looking for a Slash Signature Series Les Paul, right now is a good time to buy one. But when I did the video on this, first of all, the first video I did on this, the audio wasn't that great, so I apologize for that. I've actually done a revisit video, which will be coming out here at the beginning of the year. Lot better sound. I was still learning like different things, and I didn't have the best stuff in the world to record, and I was still learning how to get the right levels and everything. There's a lot trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out, but this guitar is a gorgeous guitar. I mean, it's a beautiful guitar. I had the original Slash Epiphone Signature Series, which I wish I still had, because that actually did have a Seymour Duncans in it. I wish I'd never sold that, but that's why I bought this one, was to replace that one. Because trying to buy one of those now, people want $2,000 for those. So I'm not going to spend that much money. So I wanted to get another one. And I'm happy with this. This has been a great guitar. I still play it all the time. I love it. I know there's a lot of people that complain. They complained about the price, which I felt it was a little high myself. They complained about the fact that it didn't have the signature pickups in it. And people were just like, they just attacked this guitar. But for me, it's been worth it. For me, it's been worth it. It came with a really nice case, and it's been worth it to have it. I really enjoy playing this guitar. It sounds really good to me, and it's a lot of fun to play. And it's nice to have, Slash is one of my favorite guitar players. So to have one of his signature guitars that I actually enjoy playing is really awesome. And I plan on getting the November Burst one as well, because that was the other Burst. I was so torn between the Appetite and November, but the Appetite Burst is one of the most famous ones. So that's why I went with that one first. And then eventually I'm going to pick up the November Burst as well, because I do love these guitars. It's a really, really good looking guitar, very well made, and yeah, you can buy the 1959 Epiphone for the same price and get a nice case, and that has the Gibson pickups in it, blah 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 blah. I know all that, but this is his signature one, and you can go do all that and do all that, but it's still not Slash's signature one. And whether you guys like it or not, his signature on this headstock matters when it comes to if you're collecting or you want resale value of a guitar. So I like it. I enjoy it. I'm happy with it. If you guys are a Slash fan and you want one of his signature guitars, then here you go. It's well worth it to get it, especially at $7.99 right now. I think the $79.99 price range is kind of where this should have been at. And I think it's a good guitar, and I enjoy it, and that's why it's on my rack over there, because it definitely gets pulled out and gets played on a regular. So really, really enjoy it. So you guys can tell me. I'd love to hear what you guys think about all the guitars, and which guitar is your favorite as well. But for me, I like this Slash, and I'm going to buy another one because I've enjoyed it, and it's been great to have, and it's not going anywhere. I won't sell this guitar. So with that being said, let's get the next one. All right, so the next one I got for you guys is another Epiphone Les Paul, and this is in the Worn Violet Burst. And this one has this really cool black back on it and stuff. And this guitar, it also has the split coils on it, which is really nice. This guitar sounds amazing, and with the split coils and stuff, it's awesome. I love this purple violet color. That's what really drew me to this guitar, was the purple violet on it. I mean, just really, you don't see purple Les Pauls, and as soon as I saw this, it's like, oh, I gotta have it. And the neck on this is very nice to play. This guitar is very comfortable, very smooth action, sounds great. I love this guitar. I do play this guitar a lot. And these were only like 450, 449 when they came out. I don't know what they're going for now, but if you want a really cool, unique Les Paul with the zebra pickups in it, this thing is awesome. I love this guitar. It stays out. It's actually on my rack over here by the Dean guitar that I have on the wall. And this is just an amazing guitar. It's just such a good looking guitar as well as great playing guitar. You just can't go wrong with it. And for the price, I mean, this thing is just awesome. And this is considered a classic, a Les Paul classic design. But it's a very nice guitar to play, and it's lightweight. It's not too heavy. It's got a great solid feel to it though, and just an amazing look to it. And I love this guitar. And this one is one that will not get sold. This one will always be in the collection no matter what. I love that worn look. It has this wood look in it, which is you can't really see it. I don't think you guys can see it too well, but it has this very worn look on the guitar. And it's just a great guitar. Now I have done a video on this guitar as well, but it's awesome. Maybe I need to revisit it because it's been several years since I've done one. But it's a great guitar, and I can't complain about this guitar at all. And it's definitely one that will always stay in the collection. Just very well done. It's a little dusty. My guitars are dusty because I keep them out because I play them, and I'm always grabbing different guitars. I probably should go through and wipe them down. But really great guitar. I would definitely recommend this to anybody, and it's in a good price range. Now it doesn't come with a guitar case, but you can get a decent guitar case for $150 for this. So you're not into it for too much, and I think you will enjoy it. Epiphone has really stepped up their game with their guitars, and this one is no exception when it comes to that. So that's my Purple Worn, and I love it. It's a great guitar. All right, last but not least, and probably my favorite Les Paul that I own, and I just recently got this. This is the first time it's even showing up on the channel. I didn't even do an unboxing for this. This is my Epiphone Tommy Thayer Electric Blue Les Paul, and this thing is crazy. I mean, crazy. There's so much flake in this thing, and it's so flashy. I don't think you can see this on the camera, how crazy cool this guitar really is. But this thing is sick. It's got Seymour Duncans in it, both JBs in the neck and the bridge. The neck profile on this is so comfortable. It's crazy. It's nice and thin. It's super smooth. This thing sounds awesome, plays awesome, and I just love this thing. It's got Tommy Thayer's signature with the Spaceman on the back of it, and this thing, you just doesn't do it justice. In my studio. You have to see these things in person. They are just loud. I mean, and blue is my favorite color. So I love this thing. And it comes with this obnoxiously blue case as well. And this thing just stands out. Mirrored pickup on it. And this thing is just as crazy sick as you could get when it comes to a Les Paul. It's very well balanced. It's got some nice weight to it, but it's not too heavy. And it just plays and sounds amazing. And I can't wait to do the demo for this guitar. And I just picked this up. If you guys don't know, for those of you that aren't Kiss fans, Kiss finally played their last show in Madison Square Garden was done. And they came out with a Iceman that was yellow, and I didn't get a chance to get that. They came out with it. It was a PS60. They sold out real fast. I was able to get a hold of one of them. And I wanted to pick up something. I've always wanted to. I actually was trying to find Ace's Epiphone that he put out that had his picture on the headstock. People want crazy amounts of money for that thing, so I wasn't going to buy it. And I like Ace and Tommy Thayer. I'm an original Kiss fan with all original members, but I like Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer as well. I think they did a great job for all the years they've been playing in Kiss, and so they earn their right to be part of Kiss, whether you agree with me or not. I do believe they're right. I think they're both amazing musicians, and I think Tommy Thayer did a great job. He's such a humble guy. And this guitar is me all day long. I love this blue. I just love the way it plays and sounds. And this is kind of how I wanted to pay homage to a band that I grew up watching. I've been following Kiss since 1976. I had posters on their walls back in 1970, full life-size posters from 1976 that I'm on walls. I even used to dress up like Kiss when I was a kid for Halloween. So Kiss has been a huge part of me getting into music and loving their stuff. And so I always wanted to get a guitar. I was wanting to get one of Paul Stanley's, but I was like, Iceman's cool, but it's not necessarily my favorite style of guitar. And since I'm a big Les Paul guy and I love Les Pauls, I figured this was the next best thing, was picking up this electric blue, and I do not regret it. This guitar is just amazing. And even if, you don't have to like Kiss, you can not like Tommy Thayer, you don't have to, but if you want a great Les Paul that sounds good and is made amazingly, that comes with a really nice case that looks awesome, and it's definitely going to stand out when you're on the stage. I mean, this thing has so much glitter in it. It's just crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that glitter that it has on this thing. The glitter is just ridiculous on this guitar, and it's just everywhere. And this thing just stands out like nothing. I love the blue knobs. I love the blue pickup. This thing is just awesome, and this one is one that stays in the house because I play this thing every day since I got it, and it's just an awesome guitar, and I love it, and it was well worth it. They're still available right now. They're harder to find, but they're still available because these are limited edition too. I don't know how many they made of these, but eventually you're not going to be able to get one. And now that Kiss is done, I think people are going to be snatching them up and throwing them on Reverb for crazy amounts, because that's what they did with the Icemans. You used to be able to buy a PS60 for like $399. Actually, used to be able to buy them for around $349, and now they're selling them for $700 on Reverb. It was crazy. Like literally, the day that they were done, they went from like $399 to $700, and so it was crazy. So I knew a place that had one of these, and so I went and picked it up because I didn't want to see this go through the roof, because I don't want to pay. I'm not gonna pay $1,500, $2,000 for this guitar. So I picked it up, and as of now, they were $899. And I'll tell you where I found it. It's American Musical Supply is where I found this guitar. So if you guys are looking for this, I think they still have a couple available. There's a couple ones available on Reverb that are still at the normal price, which is $899. So if you're interested in grabbing one up, I would definitely grab one up as soon as you can if you want one, because they're going to go, and then when they're gone, people are going to start listening for $1,500, $2,000. They're going to get crazy with it. So because Kiss is done. Well, technically, they're done as live people, but now they're going to be avatars. And I'm going to do a whole video on that because I don't even know what to think about that. I think that's ridiculous. I love Kiss, but I know where they got the idea because ABBA did it, and ABBA's doing amazing. It's crazy. If you guys don't know about the Avatar thing, go Google ABBA Avatars and go Google that show, because they got it going on in London. It's been going on for about 18 months now, and it's ridiculous. People are paying $158 a ticket to go watch a bunch of freaking virtual people on a stage. It's nuts. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other video. So this is my Tommy Thayer Epiphone signature guitar. I love this thing. Definitely would recommend getting this, especially if you're a Kiss fan. This thing is awesome. But even if you're not, if you like blue guitars that are just loud as can be, this thing is the bomb, and it sounds really good. It really does sound great, and it feels really good, and it's fun to play. So this is definitely well worth the price. Well worth the price. Okay, moving on. We're moving on to ESPs now. So this is one of the first ESPs I got a long time ago. This is the ESP EC256, and this is such an amazing single cut. If you're a fan of Les Pauls, these ESP EC256s are awesome, and these things will blow away pretty much any of my Epiphones. And that's, even as much as I love the Tommy Thayer and stuff, this thing right here, I mean, they're a lot thinner, they're a lot more lightweight, but they sound amazing. And for the price of these, you can't go wrong. I think they're going for like $599 now is what they go for. I remember they used to be a lot cheaper. But I think they originally used to be like $499. So they're like $100 more than what they used to be. But I'm gonna tell you what, these things are awesome. This is in the Cherry Burst, the Heritage Charity Burst and stuff. I think, if I remember, yeah, it has the split coil on it as well. And this is just such an amazing sounding guitar and playing guitar. And the necks are so thin. These necks are so thin, it's like playing a shredder guitar. And they sound amazing, and they are well worth the price. And I love this guitar. And this is like my mainstay. A lot of times when I go single cut and stuff, I'll play these. Well, it used to be anyway. Let's clarify that, because I'm going to show you what I kind of have gone to since then. But I love this guitar. I play this guitar all the time. It's in my rack. I keep this one in the rack out in my house, so because I have a whole setup, and when I sit on the couch, this is one of the guitars I pick up and play. And this is an awesome guitar. I would never sell. And the crazy thing is, you can't even find these in the Heritage Charity Burst, in the Cherry Burst anymore. They have black, they have the white, they have the purple, and they have the blue, and they have the satin one and stuff. But you can't find these Cherry Burst ones anymore. And I'll tell you, when I bought this one years ago. I think I was in Alexandria, Virginia when I found this one, and they had them on sale, and it was really crazy because I think they used to be like $3.99 when they first came out, but they had this on sale, and I got this thing. It was brand new, and they had some crazy sale going on. And when I bought this one, I paid $250 for it, brand new, brand new, and that was years and years ago. And you can't even touch one of these for that price now. I mean, even used, you can't find one of these for $250 anymore. But this guitar has been amazing. The only thing I did to it was lower the action on it, and I haven't changed the pickups or anything in it. And it's just an awesome guitar, and I love these. And if you like Les Pauls, but you don't really want an Epiphone, but you want that single cut, and you want something that's just awesome. And these are nice too because they have the belly cut here, they have the cut here in the neck as well, so it's really easy to get up on the higher frets. And they're just very lightweight, and this thing you can play all day, and they're just awesome. And I love these ESPs. ESP makes amazing guitars, and ESP is one of my favorite brands to have. And you guys will see, you'll notice that I have certain brands that I really love. Those are ones I've been playing forever. The Epiphones are kind of nostalgic for me because I've been playing those the longest in my music career. But once I found ESP, there's no going back from that. I love ESP guitars. And I own a few of them, and I'm going to show you them. So this was the first ESP that I got and started playing. I liked ESPs for a long time, and this was the first one that I bought, and I haven't turned back since, and I love these guitars. And when it comes to single cuts, these things are awesome, and I can't say enough about them. And these EC256s are amazing. They're in a good price range for guys that are on budgets, yet can hold up to much more expensive guitars, So definitely ESP EC256 right here. Beautiful guitar and awesome, and I love it, and it's just a great guitar, and I would recommend this to anybody. So that's this one. Let's grab the next one. Alright, so my next ESP is another ESP EC256. This is the one in the gloss black. Alright, it's got the gold hardware on it, but this one actually has Seymour Duncan's in it. So I bought this one used. I actually found this on, I think it was on Reverb, where I found this one. And but it was coming from a Guitar Center, and I will tell you that Guitar Center sucks, man. It sucks. But I found this on Reverb. It was a steal, especially with the Seymour Duncans in it. It's got a few battle scars on it. If I can remember where it's at, yeah, it's got a blemish right there on it. It's got a few things on it, but other than that one blemish, really, the guitar is in amazing shape. I love the white binding around it, the gold hardware. I love the binding here all the way around the neck. The gold hardware up here as well. It stays in tune. The Seymour Duncans sound amazing. Really nice guitar, and I couldn't pass it up for the price. But I will tell you that they packed it so crappy that the headstock was like sticking through the box when it came to my house. I was surprised the neck wasn't cracked and this thing wasn't broken to crap when it came. Excuse me. I actually did a video on that about how shitty this thing was packed. But it was well worth the price. This thing sounds awesome. It's just like that other EC256, other than this one does have Seymour Duncans in it. I will say the Seymour Duncans are a great upgrade to these guitars if you want to upgrade it and really, crank it. Not that the stock pickups aren't good, because they are, but the Seymour Duncans in this sound amazing. Again, it's got the split coil, 3 knobs. You got volume. You got 2 volumes and a tone on these. And this thing is just awesome. And this one is the one that I keep out here. So I keep the one inside so I can play one, and then I keep one out here so I can play it. So this is the one that stays out in the studio. Just a great guitar. You can find good deals on these used on Reverb. So definitely look if you're interested in one of these ESP EC256s. These are the LTD versions, and they are well worth the price. Well worth the price. And hopefully I'm going to pick up. There's another one that I want to get. It's a different body color, but I love these guitars, so I'm probably going to get at least one more of these because I just love them. They're great guitars, and these are great gigging guitars, hands down great gigging guitars, especially if you're in that single cut body style. And this thing sounds awesome. I need to actually do a review on this one and play it with the Seymour Duncans in it, but I haven't done it yet. But yeah, this is another ESP EC256, and can't complain. It's awesome. I love this thing. Just a great guitar. So that's that one. Let's grab the next one. Alright, and my last ESP I have is my James Hetfield Signature Cuyo Camo ESP in the Snakebite. And this thing has James Hetfield Signature pickups in it. This thing just has a volume and a tone on it and a 3-way switch. And actually, I think it's just 2 volumes, honestly. I don't think it's a volume and tone. It's 2 volumes, I do believe, if I remember correctly. And a 3-way switch on it. It's got locking tuners on it. It has the cool Cuyo camo on the back. It has the locking tuners there. Has James Hetfield's signature on the cover plate right there. And yeah, it's 2 volumes. It's 2 volumes. He doesn't have a tone on. It's just 2 volumes. And this thing, man, I play all the time. This is one of my go-tos in the studio. And this thing is just amazing. The neck profile is awesome. It's so smooth to play. It sounds amazing. The EMGs in here are just nuts. And I like EMGs. I just hate having to put batteries in pickups. That's the only thing that drives me crazy about pickups like that. But this guitar, well worth the price. I bought this when they first came out, and Sweetwater had a sale on these. These run like $18.99. I was able to save $300 when I bought it originally because they did a crazy sale on it. And I jumped on it then, and it's so worth it. It's so light. It's so comfortable to play. It sits really well. And this is by far one of my favorite guitars that I have in my collection. I mean, by far in the top 5 as far as the guitars that I love to play. It's just an amazing guitar. And that's why it sits on this guitar rack here, because I play it all the time. 2 of the main ones I play most of the time is this ESP and one of my Schecter Silver Mountains that I play most of the time in the studio, because I just love them. But this thing is awesome. Now, it's pricey. It comes with a QO Camo case too. Really nice guitar case as well. I've done a review on this guitar. You guys can check it out on the channel. But it's definitely pricey. But ESP, man, they knocked it out of the park with this thing. This is actually the most expensive guitar that I have in the studio too. As far as price range of what I've paid for guitars, this one is it. It's the highest one there, but it was worth it. It was worth every dime. It's got the Snake inlay here, and just, man, the black hardware. I can't say enough about this guitar. This thing is just awesome, and it was well worth the price for me. I would have paid it again and again for this guitar, and it just looks sick. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is sick. It doesn't get any, and it sits so well on your body too, like when it's on you. It doesn't, there's no drop, no nothing. It's just so playable. This is like a great armrest to play on too. It's very rounded there, and just, man, you can just shred. This thing is just a shred guitar. It's awesome. So definitely one of my favorites to play. And it just, I can't say enough about it. It's an awesome guitar. So James Hetfield QO Camo Snakebite, one of my favorites. An amazing guitar. I love this thing, and you can't go wrong. An ESP, man. Any one of the ESPs I showed you, awesome guitars. And that's one of my favorites is this one right here. This one right here is one of my favorites. I love it. You know, James Hetfield is another one of my favorite guitar players. James Hetfield, Slash, and Eddie Van Halen, my 3 top guitar players. And I just love this guitar, and I can't. I'm so glad I bought it. You know, and I would say even the white one or black one's probably, I mean, they're just as good. I just like the camo. You know, that's why I went with the camo. And it's a great guitar. I would recommend this to anybody. Awesome guitar. So let's grab the next one. All right, so I hope you guys are still with me. I know this is kind of a long video, but I got a lot of guitars to go through. So we're going to dive into the PRS guitars. So this is the first PRS I ever got, and this is what set me on my PRS journey. This is the PRS SE Standard in the blue. See if you guys can see that. It's like this translucent blue. So yeah, this is the PRS SE Standard. This is in the translucent blue, I think is what they call it. It's got the zebra pickups in it. Got split coil on it. 3-way toggle switch. It's the blue on the back. Comes with the standard PRS tremolo. I don't use the tremolo bar. Now, in this one, I actually have a block in it. I took a block and blocked it off in the back here. So you can't even use the tremolo in it, which actually helps it from keeping it in tune and stuff. It's not that it has any problem with staying in tune. But since I didn't care for that, I just blocked it off. Now, I will say that when I got this one, there was a couple things that I had to do. Number one, the action had to be adjusted. The neck had to be adjusted because it was set up terribly from the factory. This is the only one I've ever gotten like that too. But so I got the action all set up and taken care of. And then the other thing was I had to do a little filing in the nut because one of the strings was catching here. I think it was the 3rd string if I remember correctly. And had to do some filing in the nut there to get it to it because it was actually catching in there. But other than that, I didn't have to do anything. And this guitar is such an awesome guitar to play. And this thing, I fell in love with this guitar, and I fell in love with PRS with this. And then these aren't too expensive either. These are like $6.99, I think, $6.49 somewhere. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember what they were. But this is a very budget friendly PRS. And man, it's so worth it. I mean, I love this guitar. I do have a video of this guitar on my channel, and I love the blue. And it's just such a great, well-playing guitar, well-made guitar, and it just blew me away. And they're so light too. They're so light and so comfortable to play. I love this guitar, and they just play really well. And this is what sent me on my PRS journey when it comes to PRS. And now I own I own 5 PRSs now. And this was the one that started it all. This one is well worth it. If you guys want to get your first PRS and you're on a budget, this is a way to go. And PRS, they're actually they're running a sale until the end of the year where you can get like $200 off their guitars right now. So definitely, if you're interested in picking one up, I would definitely jump on it before the first of the year because they got this crazy sale going on, and you guys should be seeing this video before the end of the year. But this was my first one. This was the standard SE and the translucent blue, white binding all the way around it, white binding up the neck and everything, and it's like a cream binding actually. But really, really nice guitar to play. Neck feels awesome, and it made me fall in love with PRSs, and that's why I started picking them up more. This is definitely one of my go-to brands, and I love them. And it's a great guitar, especially if you want to get into PS and PRS get started. And I'm very simple. I just like a volume, a tone, and a 3-way switch, and that's why I like these. I just like that simplicity of the guitar. I don't need it because I don't even use the tone. I do like the split coils though. I do use that, but I don't ever use a tone knob. So really great guitar, very well made and set up, and it's a lot of fun to play. So let's move on to our next PRS. So the next PRS that I got for you guys was the second one that I bought, and this is the PRS SE245. This is in the Tobacco Burst, 2 volumes, 2 tones, no split coils. This is like a your Les Paul kind of PRS, and I will tell you, these things, I love these. And when it comes down to the Les Paul sound, these PRSs knock it out of the park, and I will take this PRS over any Les Paul any day of the week. They just play and sound amazing. These SE245s are so well done. Just a great guitar. Well worth the money, and they just rock. I can't say enough about these guitars. The Tobacco Burst is really nice. They just sound really great. A lot of fun to play. They're very comfortable. They're not too heavy. The necks feel really good. It's a nice rounded neck on it. Very comfortable for me. I have medium to large hands, so this neck is very comfortable for me to play. And these 245s, this one's a little dusty, but got stuff on it. But I love these guitars, and I like playing wide, and they sound really, really good, and they're just beautiful guitars. PRS, man. And I love the dove inlays. That's the other thing. I love, not the dove, but the bird inlays, because they're different birds. But I love the bird inlays on these guitars, too. These mother of pearl bird inlays are super awesome. They're all different birds on there. And they just do a great job with these guitars, man. And if you want a great single cut, and these aren't too expensive either. I don't remember what I think they're like $7.99. And they come with a really nice gig bag. I do have hard shells for these now. But the gig bags are really nice, and they're just great guitars. They just sound good, play good. Great gigging guitar, and just an awesome guitar all the way around, and I love them. So I got one more of these to show you guys. So let's get that one out, and then we'll move on to the next guitars. All right, so this is another PRS SE245. There's no different than this one than the one I just showed you guys, but this one is in the black flame. See if you guys can see that in the light. This is just the black one. It's got like a brown binding on it. And I just like this. It's the charcoal. I guess it's charcoal gray, whatever you want to call it. But I love this color, and I just really love these guitars, and they play so well that I wanted another one. And this one is no exception to the other one. This thing just rocks out. I love this. They're just very comfortable, and they play really good. And I've got a video of me playing this, doing a Knock on Heaven's Door, I do believe, where I did a riff of the month with this. And they're just great guitars. And I would definitely, if you want a nice single cut PRS, man, these things are awesome. 2 volumes, 2 tones, and just rock and roll. And they have such a great sound to them. I just love them. The PRS pickups in these are awesome. This is black on the back as well, and just a great solid guitar to play. And I liked them so much, that's why I bought 2 of them. Just great guitars to play. And for me, I just get in these moods when I want to play different guitars, and I like having them around. So and this is definitely a guitar that gets played a lot. The PRSs get played a lot, and I just really like them a lot. So yeah, I can't complain with this guitar either. It's an awesome guitar. Definitely recommend any of the PRSs I have. They're great. So PRS SE245, can't go wrong. Awesome guitar. All right, moving on to another one. All right, moving on to my last two PRSs, and these are my two favorites out of all my PRSs. These are the PRS SE Customs that they just came out with. These are the ones that just came out at the end of 2023, but they're new models. And this one is in the turquoise, I guess you call it turquoise blue. And this is a quilted maple top on it. Well, quilted maple veneer. It's got white binding, white cream binding around the headstock, the neck, the body. Super nice brown. I just did a video on this guitar, so you guys can check that out as well. These things are awesome, and with the deal that they have going on with these right now, they are a steal. You can save $200 on this guitar right now till the end of the year. And man, I'll tell you what. I bought this one first, and I fell in love with it. This actually was a demo model, and there was nothing wrong with it. So I actually saved $300 on this guitar when I bought it because it was a demo model, and it was so worth it. 3-way switch. You got the split coils, tone and volume knob, and that's it. And these things play and feel so amazing. This one actually stays inside in my house. These get played every day, and these things are just gorgeous. I mean, look at that guitar. Look at that guitar. Is that not crazy? They are awesome, and I love that wood back on them. Headstock, same thing. It's got that flame maple on it and stuff. And these are just amazing, amazing guitars. They play and feel and sound so awesome. I love these things. They're well worth the price. Retail price on these are like $9.99. They're currently going for like $7.99 with the sale that they have going on. So if you don't get one by the end of the year, you're going to be paying $1,000 for it. But you can save $200 right now and stuff. And no, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies either. I'm just putting this out there for you guys to help you guys out. But this these are my top two favorite PRSs that I have. Out of the 5 that I have, these are my favorites, and these are the ones that are getting played the most right now. And I will never get rid of these. These things are so awesome, play so well, and just amazing to look at. So we're going to get the next one out and show you the other one, and then we're going to move on to the next group of guitars. So yeah, PRS SE Custom. This is the custom, the PRS SE Custom 24 is what this is. And these were the new ones that they just released, and man, I love it. They're well worth the price. Even at the full price, this is great. Comes with a nice gig bag, and you will be pleasantly surprised and happy with this guitar because they are awesome. I mean, look at that thing. Look at that. Yeah. Super, super cool. Super light, too. So comfortable. Nice belly cut on them as well right here. So they're really comfortable. Got a nice cut in the back here, so it's really easy to get up here. They got this cut out really well, so you can really get up on the frets, which is really nice. So they're awesome to play. I love it. All right, let's get the next guitar. All right, so this is my last PRS that I have. This is another PRS SE Custom 24. This is in the charcoal quilt top, so you guys can see that. Really beautiful charcoal quilt top. I like these so much. When I bought the turquoise one, I had to buy this one too. This is actually a Sweetwater exclusive, so you can only get this one at Sweetwater. Has the white binding around the neck, the body, and the headstock. It's got the quilt top on the headstock as well as down here. The nice wood body as well. Split coils, 3-way switch, volume and tone. And I can't, like I said in the last one that I showed you, I love these guitars. These things are getting played every day. They're just phenomenal. Now, they also come with the tremolo bar as well. I didn't say that about the other one, but they have the tremolo bar. I don't use the tremolo bar. And I told you with the original translucent blue one, I blocked it off. I'm not going to block these off just in case I do want to use the tremolo bar down the road. I don't have to worry about taking that out. But these things hold tune so well, and they play so well and sound so amazing. I love these guitars, and these vastly become two of my favorite guitars to play. When I was talking about favorite guitars, my top ones are my James Hetfield ESP, these two custom 24s, and my Schecter Silver Mountains are my favorite ones to play on a regular basis. Those are the ones that get played the most and stuff. But this is no exception. This is awesome. This is another one that stays in my house. I keep both of these in the house because I play both of them all the time. I love them. They're gorgeous guitars. You can't go wrong with these. Well worth the price. PRS knocked it out of the park with these things, and they're just awesome. And definitely, if you want a PRS, this is the one. These are the ones that I would say buy. You know, at all my PRSs, I would buy one of these custom 24s, hands down, before I picked up any other one. That's just me. That's my personal preference, and we all have what we like. But these things are awesome, and you can play anything on them. Anything on them. So that's my charcoal PRS Custom 24 SE, and we're gonna start with the schecter. So let's get one of those. Awesome guitars. I love them. All right, so we're getting there. We're down to the nitty gritty because we're down to the schecters. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for any length of time, you know I'm a huge schecter fan. I love my schecter guitars. They're one of my top brands, probably the top brand that I love to play. It basically is, schecter, ESP and PRS, and schecter would be number one. It's really tough with the PRS and ESPs because I feel like they're all on the same level. I can't really label them 1, 2, and 3 because they're all number ones to me. But I love schecters. And the first schecter I'm going to show you guys, this is the Zach Vengeance Silver Mirror Cracked guitar. This one has a story behind it. If you guys want to know the story behind it, you can go watch the video where I did my schecter guitar collection, where I actually talk about how I ended up with this guitar. But this is a crazy guitar, and they're very hard to find. And when they do pop up, they're very expensive. This is not a cheap guitar by no means. Now, I accumulated this one in an interesting way, but this has got a cracked mirror finish on it. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm trying not to blind you. And you see that cracked mirror finish it's got on the headstock. Now, there used to be an emblem up here that I didn't get with this guitar. But and this one's a little beat up. It's got some battle scars on it. But man, does this thing sound and play really good. And it's just a crazy guitar to have in my collection. And that's why I keep it. Because number one, it's rare. And number two, it sounds really good. And it's already got so much road beat up on it. And that's how I got it. It's just a great guitar to have around to play. And I wouldn't, have a problem gigging with it at all. Now, when I first saw this guitar, I didn't even know it was a schecter. It was so beat up, and so you couldn't even tell that this was a cracked mirror. It just looked like a gray guitar. It was so filthy dirty, and it was falling apart. The knobs were falling off. The input jack was falling out. The pickups were falling out. This thing was in bad shape, and so I had it taken care of, rewired, refixed, and it was worth having that done. I had a friend of mine do it for me, and this thing is just crazy. It's just a crazy guitar to have in your collection. So this is one that you can't go get. You have to kind of search for it if you're looking for it. I did see one that was on Reverb not too long ago, and they were asking like $2,000 for it. So it was kind of crazy. But yes, I do have a schecter Zach Vengeance cracked mirror guitar in my collection, and it's kind of cool to have. So yeah, I like it. Something unique that stands out that most people don't have. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's grab the next schecter. All right, this is probably the oldest schecter I have in my collection, or the one that I've had the longest. And this is a Schecter Omen Extreme. Now, if you're looking for a schecter on busted, this is actually in the quilted maple top. Very nice guitar with the mother of pearl inlays on it. It's got schecter pickups on it. This one does have split coils, 3-way switch. And if you want a great schecter on a budget, that's a great shred guitar with a super thin neck and stuff, these Omen Extremes, either the Omen or Omen Extremes, are a great way to go. Not sure if you guys can see that top too well, but it's done on the headstock as well. Very lightweight, nice belly cuts on them. These are very comfortable guitars to play. They sound and play really amazing. And these ones you can get for around $500. I'm not sure what they're going for now. I think they go between $5 and $5.99, depending on if you get the Omen or Omen Extreme. Like I said, this is the Omen Extreme. I've had this one for a very, very, very long time. And this one I actually got from this girl that was a high school girl whose parents bought her this guitar to learn guitar lessons. And it sat under her bed basically for 2 years. She threw it up on eBay and sold it for $200, and that's what I paid for it. And that was to my door, shipped to my door. And when I saw it, I jumped on it, and this guitar was brand new. It was brand new, it came with a case, and there was not a scratch on this guitar when I got it. And it's just an awesome guitar, and it's going to stay in my collection because I love schecters. It's got the string-through body, which is really awesome, and that's one of the things I love about schecters. And just a great playing guitar. And if you want a great guitar that you want to gig with and play and do everything with, schecter, man. These Schecter Omen Extremes are awesome guitars to have. Just super awesome. Never had an issue with this guitar at all. Stays in tune real well, which every schecter I own stays in tune really well. So, got no complaints with it. Schecter Omen Extreme. It's an awesome guitar. I love it, and this one's always going to stay because this one has a lot of history for me. So, super cool guitar. All right, the next schecter I got for you guys is my Schecter CR6. This is in the Aqua Burst is what they call this. This has a 3-way switch. It's got split coils, volume tone on it. And this guitar has the smallest and skinniest neck of any guitar I own. and this thing is like shred god. This thing sounds amazing. It's super lightweight. I love the way it is on the back. It's got a black binding around it on the body with the aqua burst with the blue to the green. Sure is dusty, but this thing plays and sounds amazing, and it's so much fun to play. And I love this guitar. It's so lightweight. And this one I actually got at Guitar Center. I was wanting to buy one of these, and they had them on sale. And so I drove all the way to Guitar Center in Richmond to buy this guitar, and it's got a bolt-on neck to it, and I couldn't be happier with it. I mean, if you want a badass Schecter guitar, these CR6s are the bomb. And I love the reverse headstock on it too. Stays in tune real well, pickups sound awesome, and it's just a cool looking guitar, man. And it's so light. It's probably the lightest guitar I own too. And it was well worth the price. These things run about $700, I think, or $799 now. I think they went up. I think they were $699 originally. Now they're $799. But they are awesome guitars. So if you want a great shred and Schecter, man, Schecter just makes awesome guitars. I don't care what you say. Schecter makes awesome guitars. Now these are all the ones that are made. These are all their overseas ones, like made in Indonesia. I don't have any USA Schecters. I can't afford them. But man, Schecter knocks it out of the park. If you want an awesome guitar, Schecter makes awesome guitars. And there's nobody that's going to tell you they don't. They just knock it out. But this one, awesome. CR6, love this guitar. I love the look of it. I love the play and feel of it. It's just a great guitar. Can't go wrong with it. It's awesome. So, yeah, let's get another one. All right, next on the list is my Schecter Omen Elite. And if you guys can't see, this has got the blue burl top. Let's see if you guys can see that. See that blue burl. It's on the headstock as well. Back's super cool. It's like a gray on the back and stuff. One volume, one tone. This is, I think, a 5-way switch. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's got a 5-way switch on this one. And this thing, nice belly cut on it right here. That's what I love about the Schecters. Bolt-on neck. These Omen Elites are awesome guitars. They make them in a couple different colors. If you guys, like I said, I'm a huge fan of blue, so this one couldn't go wrong. And this gray back on it is just really, it's like a grayish brown kind of. It's more gray than it is brown. But this guitar is a shred guitar. These things play awesome, feel great. They're lightweight. They won't wear you out, and they just shred. And I love this guitar. And I actually picked this one up on Reverb on a sale. I'm always looking for sales. And I do not regret buying this guitar at all. I love this thing. I just love Schecters, man. I mean, Schecter makes you good. And for me, you know, volume tone and a 3 or 5-way switch is the way to go. I prefer 3 ways, but the 5-way is fine. This one does not have the split coils in it, and that's probably why they put the 5-way switch in, so you can still get those tones. But you want a great guitar on a budget. These aren't too expensive. They're around $500, and they are well worth their price. Well worth their price. I love this guitar. All my Schecters get played a lot. I rotate them out a lot. And they're just amazing guitars, and I just love them. And you can't go wrong with a Schecter, man. You just can't go wrong with a Schecter. And this one is no exception. So this is a Schecter Omen Elite. They have them blue and red. I like the blue, black binding. Just really, really nice guitar, well made, and just string through body as well, which is on all Schecters usually. So yeah, awesome guitar. So let's grab another one. All right, now one of my more unique Schecters. This is a Schecter C1 camo. This is the C1 camo, and these were limited editions. Now this one doesn't have the original pickups in it. This one actually has EMGs in it, brass hardware on it, brass tuners on it and stuff with the cool camo on it. Now, this is one of 500 they made in the world, and one of 100 that actually came to America. So they made 500 of these guitar. Half of them had Floyd Roses on them. Half of them were hardtails like this one. And when they first came out, I wanted to get one. I wasn't able to get one. Now, I searched for these guitars for years to find one that I could afford. And I finally found this one maybe a year ago. That's when I bought this one. And man, I couldn't be happier with this guitar. String through body. This one has, I wish it had the original pickups in it, but I don't mind it having the EMGs in it. Sounds and plays amazing. It's got a volume, I don't think this has the split coils on it. It does not have the split coils on it. Volume tone, three-way switch, and just a great guitar. Just amazing guitar to play. And the neck is super thin, super fast. And this one, when you look at it, they only sent 100 to America, and half of those had the Floyd Roses on them. So this is actually like one of 50 that came to America, and one of 500 in the world. So it was really hard to find, but when I finally found it, I couldn't pass it up. The deal on this guitar was too good. And so I jumped on it and bought it, and it's just super cool. I love the camo head. I love the brass knobs on it. It's just a great fun guitar to play, and it's just a blast. And it's just a black back with a nice wood neck. Very smooth, very comfortable. Your hands don't get sticky on it. It's a fast guitar, and it's just awesome. And I can't say enough about this guitar. So yeah, it's a sweet axe. I love the knobs. I love the brass stuff on it too. So it's super cool. It's one of the more unique ones that I have in my collection. This is one that will never get sold. Excuse me again. This is one that's definitely going to get passed down to my kid. I even like the kind of rust-looking pearl dot inlays that are on this guitar. But it's a super cool guitar, and I love it. And I was very glad to get a hold of it. So that's it. That's it. My Schecter C1 Camo. It's awesome. Definitely gets played pretty regularly. So yeah, let's grab another one. All right, we're down to the last two guitars, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of guitars to go through. But this is my Schecter C1 Silver Mountain in Blood Moon. This is the black and red. These guitars, hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see the crazy design. It's all over the guitar, all on the headstock. These things in person are just amazing. It's got lumen dot inlays on it, stainless steel frets. This has all the bells and whistles. It's got volume tone, split coil, three-way switch. Two volumes, one tone, with a split coil on it. Locking tuners, and the Blood Moon is it's amazing. I love that red and black mixed together. It's got red binding on the body. It's got black binding, sorry. It's got black binding on the body, black binding on the headstock, and on the neck. Sorry, couldn't get it out of my mouth. And yeah, it's just such a crazy great guitar, and I played this thing a lot. I play both my Silver Mountains a lot. I love them a lot. This is like crazy awesome guitar. These things run like $12.99 though, so they're pretty expensive. But they have all the bells and whistles on. The lumen dot inlays are super awesome to have. Stainless steel frets are awesome to have. Just everything on it. The tuner systems, the Schecter pickups. I mean, just everything about this guitar is just awesome. The locking tuners. This thing stays in tune. They just are so awesome to play. I love this, and this is definitely one of my favorite guitars. The Schecter Silver Mountains are my top tier and stuff. These two Silver Mountains, that ESP, the Custom 24s, definitely that'd be 1, 2, 3. Those are like my top 5 just go-to guitars. But I just can't say enough about them. They're just awesome. And I got the red one first, and I liked them so much that I picked up the black one. So let's show you guys the black one. This was the red Blood Moon Silver Mountain. I'm going to show you guys the black Silver Mountain, and we're going to wrap this video up. This has been a long one, but that is it. That's Blood Moon Silver Mountain in red and black. These paint jobs are one of a kind, so everybody has a different paint job. They actually peel it off, so everybody gets a different design, and it's so cool. If you haven't seen one of these in person, you've got to check one of these out because they're awesome. So let's grab the black one. All right, so this is the last one. This is the Schecter Silver Mountain, and this is these are C1s as well. This is C1 Silver Mountain. This is in the black and silver. Same setup. It's got the split coil. It's got two volumes, one tone, three-way switch. It's got the lumen dot inlays, stainless steel frets, locking tuners, all the bells and whistles, string through body, and this one is in the silver pattern, silver and black pattern. So you guys can check that out. And it's all on the back as well. These are just crazy looking guitars. And again, I like this guitar so much I bought 2 of them. I mean, they're just well worth the price. They're $12.99, but they're so worth the price. I love these guitars. They are just awesome. They're so comfortable to play. They sound amazing, play amazing. They're very easy to play. Really nice C-shaped neck profile, thin. I mean, these things are designed to shred, and they definitely do that job. So they're awesome guitars. I love these. That's why I saved them for last, because they are two of my favorites. And just Schecter in general. Schecter is definitely my number one guitar brand. Out of all the guitars I have, Schecter would be number one. I'd probably, it's really tough with those custom 24s. I would definitely say, my James Hetfield would probably be two, and then the PRSs, but they're very comparable. And those custom 24s, it's very hard to say that my ESP is better than that. It just really is, because they're so awesome guitars. But Schecter, definitely my number ones. If I had to pick one guitar brand out of all of them, it would be Schecter's. And you know what? I just realized we're not done. Because I've got bass guitars to show you guys, so I'll try to get those. So this is just the guitars that I have. I haven't done the bass guitars. We got to do the bass guitar still. So we got 5 more guitars to go, so hang on. But this is my Schecter C1 Silver Mountain. Schecters are the bomb. We're going to get into the basic guitars real quick and be done with that and try to wrap this video up. I know it's been long. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. It's a lot of guitars to go through, so let's get into the basses. All right, so now we're in the basses. We got 5 of these to go through. It'll be pretty quick because I got 2 of the same, and we're going to knock these out real quick. So the first bass I'm going to show you guys, this is the Ibanez Micro Bass. This is just a cool little micro bass. They're very simple. You got your 2 volumes that run your pickups for each pickup, and you got a tone. And they're short scale basses, and this is the Pearl one. If you guys haven't ever seen one of these, this is if you just want a bass to jam on and something to be able to play bass on if you're trying to record. These are awesome. They're like guitars. They're super lightweight, and they sound awesome, and they play awesome. Stay in tune really well, and they're just a lot of fun. I love this one. I have a white one and a black one, so I'm going to grab you the black one real quick and show you that one so we can get through these really fast. But this is the Ibanez Micro Bass, and I love these little things. They're so much fun to play, and I've actually done a lot of recording with this, so it's awesome. They're just great little basses. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Easily play them live. They're easy to tote around and gig with. They're just a lot of fun. And I love short scale basses anyway because it's more like playing a guitar for me. So yeah, I love this. Let me show you the other one. All right, so this is the black version of the Ibanez Micro. So it's the same guitar as the white one, but it's just the Ibanez Micro Bass. These are super cool. They're so small. They're like playing guitar. They're very easy to play. You got your volume knobs here for the front pickup, rear pickup, and then you got a tone knob right there. And these things stay in tune really well. They're easy to work on, and they're a lot of fun to play. And like I said in the other one, I've actually recorded several songs with these basses because they're just so easy to play for me when I'm trying to do some bass lines, and I love them. And they're well worth it. And they're like under $200. So if you want a great little bass for under $200, man, these Ibanez Micros, awesome little basses. I love them. Have videos on this on my channel, so you can check them out. All right, let's grab the next one. All right, so my next bass is my Ibanez SG. This is or you want to call it Ibanez Geo, is what it is. This has got the nice wood top on it. This is a full scale bass. And the reason why I have a few Ibanezes, the reason why I have a few Ibanezes, first of all, the price range is right. Second of all, they sound great and they're fun to play. This one has your volumes and your tone, and then it's got this knob here that really changes up the sound depending on what you're doing. I forget what it's called, but this is a great bass to play as well. It's got a nice thin neck. The thing I like about Ibanez is their necks are thin. They're more like guitar necks. They're a lot easier to play, especially if you're a guitar player and you're wanting to play bass. And I love playing bass because I'm a rhythm guitar player, so I love playing bass. And I got into doing it because I just enjoy it. And I've actually played bass in a couple bands just to fill in, which is a lot of fun for me too. Now I play with a pick. I try to do fingers, but I'm not good with the fingers, so I just play with a pick. But this guitar, these things are like $269, man. They're under $300, and it's such an amazing bass. I have a video on this bass on my channel if you want to check it out. And they're really beautiful and well-made basses. Ibanez just knocked out of the park. And if you guys want to see what the headstock says on it, there you go. But really, just nice basses, and they sound really good, and it's very lightweight, and they're a lot of fun to play, and I just enjoy them. I mean, and this has been a great bass to have around. I've recorded with this bass as well, and I just love this bass, man. It's just an awesome bass, and you can't go wrong. If you're on a budget, this is a bass for under $300. And you get a good solid bass that you can go gig and play anything you want with it. And I would definitely recommend this to anybody. There are great basses and stuff. And if I didn't have the other ones, I'd probably pick up another one. They have another wood version one that I liked, but I ended up picking up something else instead, which I'll show you guys. But they're great budget friendly basses that are very well made and will hold their own with much higher end basses. So definitely recommend this. So let's grab another bass. All right, so my next bass is a PV Millennium bass in the Tiger Eye configuration. This is a really sweet bass. Now I got this, I bought this used. There's a story behind this, but check out that Tiger Eye. That's a super cool color for a bass, man. I mean, I just love that top. I mean, the top is awesome. Now, this is another guitar that actually came from a Guitar Center, which was not packed. This box was destroyed. I thought this bass was like busted in two. It literally looked like somebody just was jumping on it and stuff. It was destroyed. I mean, the box is just mangled. I have a video showing the box, and when you see how bad it was, I thought this thing was toast. It did ended up getting a ding on it. Can't remember where the ding's at, but it does have a ding on it somewhere on this body. Yeah, it's right there. There's a ding right there from the shipping. That's another story. But this thing sounds amazing. I finally got the action set where I like it, and it plays really good. Now, the only thing that sucks about this thing has active pickups in it. And with the active pickups, this thing takes two 9-volt batteries. Not one, but two 9-volt batteries. So you gotta really want to play this guitar. Because 9 volts aren't cheap anymore. But this guitar sounds really good. It's nice and lightweight, and it plays really well. Your 9 volts go in here together. And it's really tight in there, too. It's kind of crazy that it takes two 9 volts. It kind of blows my mind that it takes two 9-volt batteries. But it's a great playing sounding bass, so I really do enjoy it. I picked it up used, like I said. This actually came from Guitar Center. You got to be really careful with it because those guys just don't care. And this was packed really calm. It didn't have any padding whatsoever in it. It was just flopped around in there, and the box was destroyed when I got it. So I will say this thing is tough and can take a beating because I was so impressed that it wasn't broken in half. Even my wife was like, how is that guitar not split in half? And I was like, I don't know. But yeah, that's my PV Millennium bass. This isn't one, as far as if you're a bass player and you want something super cool, yeah, I would recommend it because it's a great bass. But because it takes two 9-volt batteries and stuff, that's kind of I mean, it's a great sounding bass. And I didn't know that when I bought it, that it took two 9 volts. It's got all kinds of crazy knobs that does all kinds of different stuff. But it's a great sounding bass, and once you figure it out, it's a lot of fun to play. It's got a nice belly carve on it as well. So, I mean, it is a great bass, but it's not one that I would necessarily recommend for somebody that's starting out because it's kind of complicated when it comes to playing bass. It's got a lot more going on than even I care for, but it is a great bass. But I do love it. I'd want one of these PV Millenniums for a long time, so I picked it up, and I'm going to keep it. I might change the pickups out and get some just regular pickups in it so I can do away with having the 9 volts in it. But it is a great bass and it does sound really good. But for now, it's just going to stay like it is. Now I've got it set up and it plays really good. I've done some recording with it and it sounds really good. So it's definitely going to stay around in my collection. So that's it. PV Millennium. Super cool. All right, let's grab my last one and my favorite one out of my bass collection. All right, my last one, my number one bass right here is my Ibanez SGR 700. This thing is so cool looking, so amazing looking. Check out the back. I mean, it's just crazy. Gorgeous bass. Gorgeous bass. And this thing sounds and plays awesome. Now, this is an older bass that you can't get anymore. It also has active pickups in it. It takes one 9-volt battery. Nice belly cut on it. Amazing paint job on it, but man, does this thing play and sound awesome. The only thing I did with this, I lowered the action just a little bit for my taste on it, but this thing is my go-to number one bass that I do for recording and everything on. This one gets used more than any other bass that I have, and I just love this thing. And I found this thing on Reverb for a steal. Usually you see these around $700 or $800 is what they're going for used, and I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but I didn't pay that for it. Not even close. And I found this for a steal, and I could not believe it. This thing was like brand new. There wasn't a scratch on it, not a nick on it. And those ones that I've seen for $700, $800 had dings and nicks and some pretty big gouges in them. This one was mint. Mint, mint, mint. And I love this thing. And I found it on Reverb. This one actually came from a Guitar Center too, but ironically, that guitar, it came from a Guitar Center out of Pennsylvania, and they packed this thing really, really well. Excuse me. And I love this bass, and I can't believe I found it. And just look at this thing. This thing is amazing. I mean, just the look. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is just super cool. I mean, it's just a gorgeous bass, and it plays and sounds so, so good. And this is the bass that on the last 3 songs and music videos that I've done, this is the bass that's been on those songs. Actually, the last 3, 4. Last 3 or 4. This is the one that I've been using. And this is now like the go-to record and play bass for me. I love this thing, and I will never sell this. This thing is such an awesome bass, and they're hard to find. They're hard to find. So if you can find one of these, if you come across one of these, because I have seen 2 more pop up on Reverb, they are worth it if you can get it at a good price. You know, I don't know what these originally sold for when they were new. I do know what they're going for used, around $700-800. So if you can find one under $700, you're doing really good. And if you want a really kick-ass Ibanez bass, man, now ironically, I wasn't trying to end up with all these Ibanez basses, but that's just how it worked out. But I do not regret buying this one. And if I could only keep one bass, it would be this bass right here. This would be the one that I kept, and I would get rid of all the other ones. And this has got a nice spot. Like, they cut out a groove right there. So, like, you got this nice spot to plant your finger for a rest when you're playing. It's got this nice spot either side, which is really cool on the pickup. But the neck on this is so amazing. This thing is just awesome. So I love this bass. It's just can't say enough about it. Again, you can't find them anymore. I mean, you can. They pop up every now and then, but you can't just go buy one at the store anymore. But I love it. It's an older bass too. I don't know when these came out, but man, this thing is awesome. Love this thing. So anyway, to wrap it up, that's the rest of the basses. That's all my guitars. I appreciate you guys sticking with it. I know this was a long video to have to watch because that's a lot of guitars to go through. But I've had people ask to see my full guitar collection, and there you go. That's my full guitar collection, from acoustics to my electrics to my basses. I also have a drum set over there, but that doesn't fall into the guitar, so that's why it's not in the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you saw some guitars you like. Do me a favor, and down below, tell me which ones are your favorite guitars, or if you could only pick one, which would be the guitar you picked out of my collection that you would want out of my whole collection. I would love to hear what your favorite ones were, which ones you liked, which ones maybe you didn't like, you know, what your thoughts are on the ones you liked and didn't like, you know. Tell me, you know, what your favorite guitars are, you know, just, you know, I'd love to hear what you guys think about that collection and what guitars you did like in the collection, what basses you liked, you know, do you like my acoustic guitars, you know, all that good stuff, you know, just, you know, keep it civil. You know, you don't have to be mean. If you don't like something, that's fine. You can say, I really don't like this. You don't have to say a bunch of hateful shit, you know, but I know I'm going to get some trolls that are going to throw out a bunch of nasty crap, you know, because that's just how it works when you're on YouTube. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I know it was long, but I do really love my guitar collection. The other reason that I have so many guitars and I like having so many guitars is when other people come to my studio to play, I like having different things to offer them to play so they can find something that suits them, especially if they want to play, jam, or record in my studio. I like having other stuff to offer them. It's nice to have a selection of guitars and basses, that there's something for everyone in every style of playing that comes in that wants to jam with me or even record in my studio. So that's the other reason why I like to have a variety of amps and guitars around in the studio for other people to play as well as myself, because I love them. And they all inspire me. Guitars inspire me. They inspire me to write. They inspire me to play. And I just enjoy it. So, and I hope they inspire you. I hope this video inspires you to maybe go out and get another guitar. Right now, it's the holidays, and there's a lot of deals going on that you can get, especially with PRS. PRS has got some amazing deals right now on their guitars. So I would definitely, if you're looking for a new guitar, I would be looking at some PRSs. So that's all I got for you guys. Happy holidays. I hope you had a great Christmas. You have a great New Year. Stay safe out there if you guys are going out and doing some partying or whatever you're doing. Keep rocking out there, and we will see you guys on the next video and in the new year. So take care till then.